Yep. There you go.
I love this shit.
Oh man, so that was from their first album.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you call it? Like, I discovered Korn around the same time I was learning guitar.
Right.
And so, like, the way I got into music, like making music, I was first into hip hop. I really didn't. When I was younger, I really couldn't get into like the 80s hair metal thing. I couldn't get into Metallica, Iron Maiden, and everything, or even like the more poppy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until about maybe Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the whole 90s alternative grunge came, which was kind of the antithesis to that.
Yeah.
So I got into that, and then by the time I was learning guitar and stuff, so I learned guitar from this guy named Andy, who was much more of a metalhead, but just loved all guitar music. And at that time, he was really into Korn. So when I was checking that out, and he'd be talking to me about it, because what the people that I knew that were into Korn, what they found interesting for them was how, like, this hip-hop element was kind of in there, but not very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way the beat is and the vibe of the thing. You know, no one's rapping, but you can tell that this isn't like a through line from like Metallica. There's something else coming in.
Yeah.
And, you know, when most people think of the first album, they think of the song from the Street Fighter animated movie, Blind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is a great song. It's the opening track. But to me, I always kind of like this track the most. You know, and I also love that album because, you know, it's music based out of like anger. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And to me, they are the most genuinely angriest and annoyed with the world in that first album.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because by the third album, like, yeah, this is heavy, but you guys are like, fucking rich. Yeah. You know, I don't hear that anger as much compared to that first album, which just felt really like, fuck.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Like I really liked it. Mine, like I kind of got to know Korn because you know, as a comic books fan, like Todd McFarlane did the cover.
Yes,
he did the artwork for the cover, and so that's how I found out about Korn. I was a little bit of the opposite of you. I was kind of like I was into the big hair heavy metal.
Okay.
You know, so you know, I didn't realize that was kind of poppy.
Okay.
You know, I mean, to me, I thought that was, you know, I thought that was metal. You know, and then when Nirvana came along, when Pearl Jam came along, and all that, it just became a bit more grimy, a bit more dirty, a bit more grunge. You know, and I was just kind of like, oh, wow, what is this? Why is everyone so miserable? Which is ironic, because I was a miserable kid. Maybe that's why I liked the more kind of like, you know, like Sheeran calls it cock rock. You know, it's like
poison.
It's like, fuck you, man. Bon Jovi's awesome.
Because I couldn't get into that stuff till later on.
Yeah.
You know, but it was that is interesting how it's the opposite ways.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate things like Nirvana and Pearl Jam so much more now. You know, but it was such a left turn for me. When music you like suddenly it's like, that's not cool anymore.
Yeah,
this is cool, and I'm like, but it's so different.
And it was kind of like, I think during the time that we were growing up, there was that whole thing, like, if you're into music, a certain genre, suddenly there's an automatic, like, dislike of someone who likes an opposing genre.
Yes.
Like, and you're supposed to go with it, like, these are all, like, gangs, like in the Warriors and shit.
Exactly. And I could never really understand that. I mean, I've never, the idea of, when it comes to music, I've never cared about being cool.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, I like this. I don't know why I like it, I just like it. You know, and it was this weird thing, like with rock, where there was a shift, where it's like, suddenly all the big hair and all the fucking, you know, like all the hairspray bands and all that kind of shit, where it's like, no, fuck that.
And it was like that time, it was like, oh, if you like Guns N' Roses, you can't like Nirvana. If you like Nirvana, you can't like Guns N' Roses. Because they hate each other.
Exactly. And it's like, why?
But I like Sweet Child of Mine.
Why? It's like these assholes. You're like, if you like fucking Marvel, you can't like DC. Yeah. I'm like, fuck you.
Snyderverse forever.
I got boxes of DC and Marvel comics mingling with each other to prove that you're wrong, bitch. You see this shit on Twitter? It's like where people are just I mean, like the Snyderverse. Look, I like the Snyderverse, but I mean,
you guys are taking it way too fucking
it's done.
far.
It's done. Let's watch the new shit.
Let him do other shit as well.
Like, let him do other shit. Like, he has moved on.
Yes,
he's really moved on.
Holy shit!
But thank you for that.
What was the next category again? Fuck.
Local.
Oh yeah, local. I thought it was weird. Local. Yeah, you
Local.
picked a good one.
I picked a good one. I mean, this is just like, okay, I picked Sheila Majid.
If you were of an age that you could hear when the song came out,
Yeah, yeah,
you should fucking know it.
yeah. So Sheila Majid. So this is from her second album, Emosi. Sinaran.
There we go.
Here we go.